couple of seconds here. Okay, what?
That's a good boy. My dog breathing.
Give me a second, guys. I know we are live, but I cannot see the chat. I just want to make sure here that is we are live. Give me a second. I see a bunch of people already on the chat here.
Okay, here we go. I'm getting a countdown.
Yeah. And I see the chat. Thank you guys. Really appreciate you guys. Another Monday here in Operation 11 Charlie. Woof. It was a long weekend. Good weekend, you know, especially hanging out with the brothers, you know, family, Operation 11 Charlie family. It was all over the place. Right. And we got Kevin Gibbs in the house. How you doing, brother? Mike Dooley in the house there. Good to see you guys. You are done, RC. Welcome in, guys. Angelina. Angie's in the chat. How you doing, Angie? Good to see you. Miss anybody? Thank you for being here with us. Joy Wood in the house. Good to see you, Joy. Chiquis RC. Josh, how you doing, brother? I'll send your name back, Josh. Josh, if you want to join, brother. Good to see you guys. Juan in the house. Welcome in, guys, to another Monday here in Operation 11. Charlie Thompson RC. Jeff, welcome in. It was a busy weekend for Operation 11 Charlie. You guys know we were at Proline by the Fire. Some of us, we are Proline by the Fire. And also, it was another event that we were present. Which one was it, Matt or Jess, that you guys were at?
Super Shafty Fall Crawl.
Super Shafty and Fall Crawl. My goodness. All over
in McHenry, Maryland.
That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. Saw you majors in the chat. He's
sneaking in. He's watching us tonight.
Thompson RC, welcome, guys. Welcome, guys. So we're gonna talk about all the what happened this weekend. Our special guest is Mr. Bill Riddle. Is here, so we're gonna be welcoming. We're gonna be talking about the events, all that stuff, and then our after that, it's gonna be we're gonna be talking to Mr. Bill Riddle here, so you guys can meet in and know more about him. So I got lost for a second. I'm tired.
So Dooley's telling you sorry. He didn't know you were in Cali over the weekend.
Yeah, it was, but it was too far out from him, man. I wish I was closer, but he couldn't. I wanted for him to be there with us, but he couldn't. You know, he was working. Yeah, we were in Apple Valley, right, Russell?
Yes.
Apple Valley out there, Proline by the Fire. We had a blast. So we're gonna talk about that soon. Adams Playground, welcome in. Man, so when did I left? I don't remember. It was Wednesday, I believe, right? Because I saw you guys Thursday, right, Ross? So we flew into LAX, right? Late Wednesday. We are around 9 o'clock, and by the time we got out, it was 10 OE. Went to pick us up. Then we drove to Victorsville, and out there we got a little bit of rest. Right, then on Thursday we went up there in the morning, probably at 10, 11 o'clock, right? That's when we saw you guys there, Ross, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So as soon as I seen the truck and you guys were unloading, man, I pulled right in front of the pickup and we just hopped out and just started getting with it.
Yes. So real quick, guys, you guys seen it before I keep talking. Oh my God, I gotta present the guys. It's like I'm tired. I'm in pain, but it's worth it. But you guys don't know, Russell right here is Juan Lacos RC, one of our newest reps, inductees here in Operation 11 Charlie. What's up, Ross?
What's happening, everybody? Glad to be here. It's an honor to be part of the team, man.
Definitely, brother. We'll be talking to Ross in a minute, right? And then Jared, welcome in, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Hi, Russell.
What's happening, brother? What's happening? Long time no see.
Yes,
Long
sir.
time no see, right?
Yeah, man. What's up?
Matt, welcome in, brother.
Frank?
Hey, good evening, everybody.
Mr. Bill
Hey,
Riddle,
hey.
welcome, Bill.
Thank you, sir.
It's an honor to have Bill always, man. Jesse, welcome in.
Hello.
So Frank is there somewhere, but he does. Welcome in, Frank.
What's up, man? I'm
Oh,
here.
There you go,
Right
brother.
on, Frank. You have fun wheeling out there, brother?
There he is.
Yeah, his internet is a little bit there.
A little
Oh, yeah,
spotty
man.
right there.
Had a
Huh?
blast.
Awesome, dude. Glad to hear that, man.
Yeah.
Glad to hear that.
That's what it's all about, man. You know, going out there and guys here representing Operation 11 Charlie. It doesn't matter where they go. They always do awesome, man. So we had a blast. Yeah, let's start with Russell. Russell is the first, right? He's the newest. So what was your experience there? And I know that's your area there, Ross, right?
Yeah.
And Proline by the Fire. What was your experience this past Proline by the Fire this weekend, man?
Oh, personally, busy, tired. This is my personal experience. Busy, tired, but all in fun, man. And you know, I can't say enough about how much fun I had out there, man. Just even if I wasn't on the trails, just, you know, being in the booth and interacting with everybody that came by and said, you know, what's up, and, you know, just showing the support for, you know, Operation 11 Charlie. There was just tons of people that came by and just showed a lot of love for us, man. Like, even if they just walked by real quick, they were like, hey, Operation 11 Charlie, what's up, guys? Nice to see you. You know, just, I mean, that means, just that alone means a lot, man. The recognition alone. And for me, just seeing that out there like that, man, and then actually being a part of it, dude, it's just amazing. Just amazing. Kevin Gibbs, brother, I see you. I see you. Rock and roll, brother. I appreciate you. Much love, brother.
Russell, welcome to the family, man. You and Angie, Russell's wife, they did amazing. Like always, man. Good people, and they
Amazing people. Amazing
right?
people.
Right.
Appreciate you
They
guys.
took care of us. The like Angie came in, she took over the booth, right? Make sure we were on check right here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Made
all
sure
the
everything
guys,
was running the right way.
right. Jared,
kept it right.
Lonzo, right, Ovi, you know, all the guys, man. We're a team effort here in Operation 11 Charlie. You know, this is you know, it's not a one man person crew,
Oh
right
man,
here.
it was awesome. It was amazing.
Yeah. And like you said, Russell, all the love that we got there from the guys there, all our sponsors.
Oh man, it was a trip.
Yeah,
it was a trip.
It was an amazing event there.
Absolutely.
So we have 4 induction ceremonies out there. Jared, maybe you could talk a little bit about them, right? And how was for you, Proline, bro?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm not accustomed to that much physical labor, so you know, a little recovery time involved there.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So I text Alonzo when I got home. I said, I don't know about you, brother, but I can't even stand up straight when I got out of the car when I got home, dude. Should have just slept in the car out in the driveway.
So before Jared keeps talking, right? So because the captain is accustomed to say, do this, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely not accustomed to that anymore. So yeah, but it's good for the soul, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And how were those induction ceremonies, bro, and the event in general?
Well, just, you know, it's always just amazing just to see that and the support that comes along with it. And, you know, hopefully, you know, the joy and the peace and the pleasure that it brings, all those things. It's just fulfilling just to be there and be a part of it. You know, for Russell's, I got to read his induction certificate aloud and give it to him. And you know, Russell, how I feel about you, brother, since day one when we met. And I was just honored to be a part of that, man. I was so happy for you. We tried to keep it secret too. I don't know if that worked, but
Oh
you
yeah,
thought
man.
it was weird when your family started showing up and stuff.
Yeah, dude. Like soon as my wife said my kids are here, and I'm like, what? They don't ever come out and see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I was kind of sketchy
just
at
an
that
honor.
point, but Dude, man, oh man, I'm beyond honored, man. I'm still in shock about it, dude. Like it still hasn't. I'm telling you, man. There's no BS, man. It hasn't fully sunk in still.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I appreciate it, all of you guys, man.
Yeah.
You guys are beyond awesome.
And I
Every single one of you guys.
Got to meet Frank, you know, for the first time. I know Javier's known him for a minute, but got to meet him for the first time and see what he was bringing to the table. And you know, he's honestly got some RC experience there under his belt, so he was a big help. I'll be honest. I know, Frank, it was your first event, but it sure didn't seem like it was your first rodeo out there. So I was just glad to be there with you and meet you.
Hey, it was a pleasure meeting you too.
Same here, Frank. Same exact thing from us on our end, man. You're a blast to hang out with, man. You're a fun dude, man. Can't wait for you to come back out here. We can do it again, man.
I can't wait to make it back out there. Sorry about not having the video, but internet's kind of spotty right now. But no, man, it was really great getting to meet you guys. And dude, really down for the cause. You know what I mean? It's 100%.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's that family right there, that brotherhood, man. You know, just knowing that we are there for each other, man. You know, and that's what it's all about. So definitely. That the event in general, for me, it was amazing, guys. Right? Again, it was Friday and Saturday, right? And so I know the guys out there, the trails. You guys went to the trails. I didn't have the time to go to the triple. I know you guys went to the trails, right? They were awesome, right?
Oh yeah, that's legit RC Mecca out there. So every time there's an event out there, which there's many throughout the year, especially with Crawler Addicts doing their crawlers and coffee, and there's Dead Man's Crawl, and then Proline by the Fire. You never get tired of it. I'm telling you, those rocks are amazing out there. It's worth the drive for me, a little more than 3 hours, but I'll do it anytime.
Definitely. Huge shout out to them, Crawlers and Coffee, man. There's a bunch of people.
Oh yeah, Crawlers and Coffee. Those guys are rad. Rock Pirates, man.
Rock Pirates right there. We did an induction ceremony for Rock Pirates right there. You guys know Steve and Connor, they're veterans, right? They and Christian and the wife, Miss Kate, they took care of us.
Absolutely.
The whole weekend that we were out there, man. Breakfast, dinner, always making sure that we were okay with we were taken care of. Just I don't know, shout out to them. It just amazing. They make us feel so welcome, family, right?
Yeah.
Right.
100%, man. I don't know how Miss Kate cooks like that out of a camping trailer on a stove on a picnic table, but yeah, it's amazing. I wasn't there for their inductions because you guys did it early and I came Friday morning, but I wish I would have been there for that.
Yes, brother. No, but you had to take care of the family, right? The wife, so that's understandable, brother. Yes. Prayers for the wife, speedy recovery, right there, man. Let me see. I can show this real quick so we can start then talking with Jess and Matt, the other event that what was going on there. I'm trying to see. Could show some pictures here.
I was gonna say, I know it's an RC event, but something that caught my eye was the stinking knights beating the crap out of each other.
Man, was that?
Dude, I thought it was a commercial for some medieval thing. I didn't realize that was Proline by the Fire.
Right. We gonna talk about that.
Yeah, that was a trip.
Let me tell you something, brother. Can you guys see the pics? Let me know you. Right.
Woo.
Right here. So this we're gonna talk about that quick in a minute. Right here's when we did the induction. This the Russell family right here, right?
Oh.
Yeah. Don't mind Lonzo photobombing in the back right there.
What's going on?
It's all good. We're all family now, right?
Creeping in the background.
Yeah.
That's awesome right there. Here's Russell right here with Jared, and he was getting inducted, man. That's awesome. I want you guys to see a little bit right here, man. Huge shout out to Rock Pirates, Crawlers and Coffee.
Absolutely, Rock Pirates.
This rig right here, guys. Man, Russell, you saw that rig in person, man. What
Oh
can you
yeah.
say about that, man?
I tried to send upload some video. I had some close up of that one, like when people were asking about the raffle, man. I got some video of that one. I tried to upload it to the drive. Hopefully somebody got it.
Right. And how about you, Jared?
Hey, listen, that thing from top to bottom was just beautiful. And the one-off gold or anodized chassis rails,
Yes.
only one set made for 11 Charlie. You know, it'll be imitated after this, I guarantee, but only one and only set made for that rig. So the gentleman, I think his name was Chemo, that Dominguez, right? Chemo Dominguez.
Yes, he won
that truck, man. I was so happy for him, and you could tell he was just stoked because that thing was sick. Nice truck.
Oh, yeah.
One of a kind, man. One of a kind built right there.
Did they do the whole thing the same as the shock towers for 11 Charlie? That
Yes,
gold?
brother.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, up the entire rails.
Who's that guy right here? Who's this guy right here? Right. Huge shout out to
Mr. Schultz.
Mr. Schultz and Brad Geck, man. Just incredible, man. Right here, they gave a night runner to Frank, man. They took care of him. That's awesome, man. We had a loaner right there that we had and it broke, right? So we were trying to get trying to fix it up, all that stuff, and John heard about it and said, I got something for him. So he brought that up. Oh, he shout out to John Schultz, man. Always representing and I mean, you know, taking care of it. Also, he left a couple of what you call it? Oh my goodness, 3 or 4 of the kids, right? And,
yeah. He just showed up with an armful of builder kits. I think it was 2 or 3, and then like 5 or 6 bodies. Just kept dumping stuff over there. So.
Yeah. Donated, and we really appreciate it. So we have some rigs out there, and right here, that's Scale Audio Solution, man. Also took care of the guys and some the speaker system right there. I know Frank got one of his also his rig, man. Trail Runner, he was blasting the whole weekend.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And Obi right there, always, you know. And let's see what else we got. We have Rich Trujillo, man. He has
He did his coin?
Yeah, we gave him his coin. Always, we are very grateful of the support that we get from him, Andrew, Paul, and Isaac as well. So yeah, we were able to get them. Also, Paul, it was there. We gave him and Isaac the coins, Operation 11 Charlie coins. So we cannot express enough the gratitude and how thankful we are for everything they had done for us, and not just all of our sponsors and you know, and supporters. You know, without them, you know, we wouldn't be here. Again, that's the Russell family here, right here. Oh, the fellow veteran right here, man. Right, Jared?
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Yeah. He showed up, and I think he bought $100 or more in raffle tickets. And when he was there, he was talking about his daughter, who's a helicopter pilot, and
Awesome.
in the Navy, I think, right?
Yes. He was, Navy veteran.
Yeah, and then he came back later and he donated that unopened serial numbered Betty for us to raffle off.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was part of the raffles that we did on Sunday, right?
Yes.
And right here, this one right here, right, donated to DX5C, right, Jared?
Yep. He showed up and said him and his crew, it's AZ Crawler Kings, Arizona Crawler Kings. They went and bought that radio at one of the hobby shop booths and donated it for us to give to a veteran with their build.
Definitely. We are very grateful. I think to stop right here. We are very grateful at the support that we get from the community in general, right? Sponsors, supporters, everybody, even the people always here with us every Monday here. We are very grateful of you guys. We cannot express it enough. Anything else that we forgot to mention, Jared, about that whole weekend that you want to jump in and before we move on?
No. Nothing more than just the usual overwhelming amount of support from all of the big name vendors out there who, just are proud to be a part of the culture and to see their support when they come by the booth, like multiple times a day, seeing if we need anything, giving, their products, giving their advice and their technical skills. And it's just a really good feeling to be a part of that lifestyle and that culture in the RC community.
You just definitely that well said, Jared. I couldn't say it better myself. Well said, bro. That's just amazing, man. Always, always, always. We feel welcome. So that means a lot to us, brother. Anything else you want to mention, Russell, about that event this past weekend?
Oh man, if you ever get the chance to make it out here for that event or any event on the West Coast, Proline by the Fire is one of the best ones to make it to. If you can make it out for that one, it's worth the trip.
Yep.
Other than that, man, it was a blast. I mean, absolutely a blast. I'm like I said, I'm still recovering, man. Like my legs are still sore, man. I'm not even wearing no shoes. I don't want to put no shoes on, man. Like walking around with socks or bare feet, man. I'm like, nope. I'm trying to relax, man.
Out there,
yeah, my feet. Yeah, because I mean, in my head, I want to be like, I just want to go charge packs and go back out, and hit the trail. But my body's like, no, you need a timeout, dude.
Did any of the guys jump into 5K?
What's that?
Did any of the guys jump into 5K?
Oh, no.
Oh,
none of us.
My
wife would have.
We are not in the 5K shape right now.
What about golf cart 5K?
Well, unless it's downhill, maybe downhill we could do it. If it's downhill, maybe I can do it. I'll be rolling down the hill, bro.
Downhill is not always a good thing.
No, you can't stop. Afterwards, you can't
the
stop.
momentum.
My toes are still black and blue from going downhill.
Hey, Javier, if you don't mind, I would, going back to that weekend, I would like to give a little plug and shout out to my buddies and our local RC club that went down there, if you don't mind, because they helped with the setup when I wasn't there, and they helped with breakdown at the end, and they just kept coming through and being a part of things, and they just, I think this whole that whole vibe I was talking about earlier is infectious, and they enjoy just being a part of it through Lonzo and I, but I would like to just say thanks to them and give them a little bit of recognition. So for my 559 RC crawler crew from here in the 559, thank you guys if you're watching, and thank you for your help this weekend and your support.
Definitely. Well said, bro. Adam there, right? Jack crawlers.
Yeah, for sure, Jack. Legit
always,
dude right there.
Yeah, man. There was there was a bunch of them that swung through with I know I needed some Velcro, man. Dude was quick to run to his car, give me some Velcro. I mean, very helpful, but just, down to do whatever needed.
Super good, dude.
Very good. Yeah, cool
we
people.
We were in shorthand, even setting up or when we were breaking down the camp. So that's what we love about that. Huge shout out that was next to us. It was James Ace, Eric, right? Yes. Eric, the boys from ASD, right? Red Cat. All the guys always there with us, man. But huge shout out to them. All our sponsors, man. I don't want to. It was a lot of people out there that we saw there, and Sharif, REEFS, like always, all the guys from Poland Rice, and again, everybody out there. There was it was just incredible. Real quick before
nothing but love.
Right.
Yeah, nothing but love, man.
So before we go, guys, to the next topic here, the what you call it here in Operation 11 Charlie, guys. I just want to say something real quick. When you guys reach out to us, we got hundreds of inquiries, right, man? So it's a process, guys. It's a process. We got hundreds. All of us here, we're volunteers, Well, guys are helping here in Operation 11 Charlie. So we'll appreciate it. Be patient with us. Be patient with us. We don't have chapters in all the states yet. That's what we're working on here in Operation 11 Charlie to get to that point, right? So be patient with us, right? We are. If you guys know me personally, you guys know how I am. I want to help everybody. I don't care where you come from. I don't care who you are. But right now we are short-handed, and you know, we go in a slow, steady pace, right? Because we want to make sure that we take the people that we take care of them the right way. So just
Well, I was gonna say, it's for inductees, there's a procedure, and there's also a procedure for representatives. I mean, they're representing 11 Charlie and helping our veterans. It's not just, oh, hey, I want to help. You're in right away.
Exactly, brother. Exactly. Also, when we do induction ceremonies, right, to those new veterans, right, it takes, how many times you took Jaime out? Like 4 times, right, Jared?
Oh, at least, yeah. Between Lonzo and I together, he's been out at least 4 or 5 times, I think.
4 or 5 times, guys. So it's a process about, let's say, between 2-3 months before, right, we get that veteran inducted. It's not that, you know, I don't want people to feel an impression that Operation 11 Charlie, we're not here just, our main focus is not giving an RC away. So if people think that that's our cause, that's, you know, that's not what we do here. That is secondary, if not back on the line, right? Our main purpose is to bring awareness to our guys what's going on with PTSD and you know, and veteran suicide, all that stuff, bringing it into the family, making sure they feel comfortable, right? And that's our main goal. RC is just a tool. We're not here to, right? We got to make sure when we induct these veterans, right, that our brothers and sisters, they understand what we're doing it for, right? To help each other out, family. Like you guys felt it right there, and Jared, right? And Russell and Jesse and Matt, or everybody here, that, right? It's just a family. We take care of each other. We feel comfortable around each other. And that's what I want all our chapters to be. That's why we take our time, make sure that the guys understand, and just be patient. We are not Wounded Warrior, right? We're grateful of them. We're a small nonprofit. We're a poor, small nonprofit, right? So eventually we want to get there. We are working, we are growing rapidly, but, you know, be patient with us. Be patient with us, guys.
And don't give up. If you've sent a inquiry and I don't know, a month goes by, it's not bugging to send another inquiry. It's a checkup. The emails get so deep. As he said, we all work 9 to 5, some of us 9 to 8.
Yeah.
But when we come home to get through the stuff, it's the emails get deep, the messages get deep. I kind of took a break over the weekend, and I still have a lot of personal unanswered messages. So they pile up, hang in there, and keep trying.
Yes, please. And make sure to go to the right. Go ahead, Jared.
I was just going to say, like, I'm thinking as you're talking and Matt mentioned the process, I think, you know, just people need to appreciate that, you know, to have that one-on-one connection, you have to have a representative close by.
Yes.
And so the process starts with, you know, spreading with reps, right? And remember, this started as a one-man show. You know, Javier was the first, and he thought this could take off, you know, and this could help other people because it helped me. And that's where it started. And I won't get into the weeds on that, but it started with Javier, and look how much it spread just in these, you know, last few years. So we got to be patient there, and just remember that we need the reps in place. And then once the reps are in place, the process continues with building that relationship. And just like any other relationship, that takes time. Yes. So then that process continues. And once that relationship's built and, you know, everything's in place and everyone's been vetted and so on and so forth, then you can move on to the next phase. So it's definitely just not as easy as just, you know, sending free RC parts and rigs.
Well said, brother. Well said. That's all we wanted to say about that, guys. Don't feel discouraged. Be patient, like Matt and Jared said. Be patient and keep reaching out to us. O11C.org. O11C.org. Right. Before we go to like you guys were talking about the nights there.
I was gonna say, just give us the hottest hit you heard.
But let me
I
tell you
saw a
something.
herd. I'm sure.
I
it
know
was
I
loud.
was talking to Jared and Ross, so we were behind the scenes right there behind the booth of Horizon, right? You know, because I saw them like, okay, they're out there doing their stuff. I kind of like look, but I was talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden it was, oh my God, it was like loud bangs, man. When I look back, they said, whoa, man, this guy in play.
So those were not fake weapons. They
Right.
looked, I thought they were fake until, you see that guy take a blow from an axe into the side of the head, and the other guy took a kidney shot or something and went down. Those were real weapons.
Yeah, I was gonna say the one who got hit in the ribs. That guy was out for blood.
Yeah.
Somebody's got bruised ribs today.
Thought they were messing around, but Jesus, man, they were swinging it 100%, man. No holding back. It was I'm like, there's like soft spots, man. Someone's gonna get hurt. Like, yeah, it made me scared. Like, yeah, that was nuts, man.
I would say I told one of the guys, do you guys had the EMTs here or somebody, right? Because somebody's gonna get hurt. But
real quick shout out, somebody just jumped in, Mr. Seth. He I believe he just graduated boot camp, correct?
Oh,
United States Air Force. Thank you, Seth. He just jumped in the chat.
Appreciate you.
Congratulations, brother. Congratulations. It just that's a big step, man. I remember, I know Jared, I remember when I did, that's one of the highlight of my life in general. Right? Going to infantry and basic training AIT. When I accomplished that, it was, man, if I do this, I can do anything, man. And back in the day, back in 92, 93, man, and it wasn't a joke. Before that, it was even worse. But and back there in Fort Benning, Georgia, ain't no place. There's no place to. That's not a place to play around right there. But congratulations, man. I know that's a big step for you, brother. I'm proud of you. Keep going, man. Keep pushing forward. Study and trying to move up. Get all the schools you can, brother. And I wish I would have had somebody back then when I started that to guide me and mentor, man. So, right, Jared?
Yep, for sure. Yeah, you think about all those phases, right, through your military career, and it just seems, if you look back at the beginning, day one, it seems like it's impossible. But one task at a time, and before you look back, you'll be counting the days, right? Like days in a wake up to get out. But I'm telling you, days in a wake up. When you're done, it'll be the best time of your life. You'll always reflect back on those years, and it'll be the best time of your life. I promise you.
Awesome. He said that he's from BMT September 22nd now. He's gonna be out. He's out in Cali learning the vehicles, man. Do your thing, bro. Take all that knowledge right there, bro. Stay focused, man. Let me tell you something. 20 years go past quick, bro. If you do the right thing there, especially in the military, man, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep plugging in, man. I'm very proud of you, brother.
Seth, the recon's still happening in June now. See you then.
I hope he comes.
He's one of our guys that does 12-hour every year. That boy can run. He outruns my old butt every year.
He does the marathon part of it.
Yeah.
He's insane.
25 plus miles.
So you guys can talk about the events, guys, that you guys were at this past weekend, so we can start with Bill.
Until you and Bill and Jess was on that.
Let Bill talk about
Jess can talk about that one.
No.
She had the notes, Bill. I think she has the notes somewhere.
I have one note just in case I get a quiz. I'm ready. Just in case. No, this weekend, Bill and I were at Super Shafty along with the rest of my family. Fall Crawl, which is in McHenry, Maryland, where we froze our butts off playing with tiny trucks. It's a really cool venue. They drain a whitewater canal type course, and we actually crawl on the rocks that were underwater is how that place works out. So it's a very cool event. It's a hard event. There were a lot of broken trucks. Mine wasn't one of them. Yay.
I have 2 broken trucks.
But I also had the pleasure of Mr. Riddle being my spotter for most of the courses, which is always a pleasure.
So who else? Jeremy, Sergeant Major, was there.
Sergeant Major was
He
there.
was up on Thursday and Friday, I believe.
Yes. Yes. He drove his truck on Thursday and he judged on Friday.
Okay.
It was a good time.
Yeah, so it's a little different event. It's not a trails thing. It's not a recon. It's a flat out RC rock crawling competition. So you've got 10 gates. There's 4 courses. You've got class 1, 2, 3, and then there's some other MOA stuff through the WRCAA, I believe. But basically, you have 10 gates, 4 courses. It's timed 8 minutes. If you hit a gate, it's a penalty. If you back up, it's a penalty. All of your scale points count. So you start at a negative number. The further negative you can go or stay is where you want to be. But each one of those little penalties cost you positive points. So they take you away from that bottom end negative. And we did 1,200 runs over the whole weekend.
Wow.
So the numbers I have, there were 92-ish C1 trucks. Somebody said 146 or so class 2 trucks, and then about 70 class 3 trucks. So it's a big venue. And what it is, it's the Adventure Sports Complex in Deep Creek. So it's they train whitewater rescue, they train Olympic athletes for kayak events, and then they drain it one time a year to go in and reseal and clean the rocks and this and that and the other. And AJ Condon from Key City Hobby and Super Shafty is a vacation spot. His mom and dad have lived up in that area for a long time, and they knew him. So they were able to go in during the week where they drain it and set up an event. So these rocks are underwater 95% of the time any other time of the year. So it's a cool deal. It really is. And it's like most NERC event. It's a great community. And then, so that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday is the top 5 from each class. They run a shootout. And it's great because guys had some mechanical issues in the finals. Other competitors were helping them get their trucks back because you have a 30-minute time limit. If you break, you have to come back. So it was it's the great RC community.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
It wasn't 90 degrees. It was cold.
Cold.
I was home warm though.
But you could.
It was a little chilly.
Man, we could have used some of that cool weather out there this weekend, man.
I was gonna say you could have sent a few degrees to our side there on the West Coast, man. Definitely. At least 10 degrees.
42 degrees out on Saturday.
Oh, that's warm.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was the warm day. It was cold on Friday.
Friday was
cool because you're up on top of the mountain. So late Friday, the clouds came in. Everybody thought it was fog, but you were actually up in the clouds. So that was pretty cool.
Also, Kevin Gibbs says there that he had a nephew that retired from that whitewater rescue. It was a privilege to get there. That's awesome, man. Bill, before we keep going, just start back so the people that don't know you, if you can, let us know a little bit about yourself, brother.
How far back?
Well,
he's up there in age.
I'm old. My name's Bill Riddle. Most people know me as Ghost Runner 69. I've been doing RC in some way, shape, or form since I was about 8 years old, in and out of it here and there. It took me a while to, kind of find the rock crawling community. I was doing a lot of stuff on my own, just kind of out wandering around in the woods, wherever I could find a creek bed or a rock pile. I don't know. I do a lot of videos. I try to get videos out, especially on the comp side. I try to get videos out to help people that are new to it and want to dabble in it because it can get a little pricey with some of the aftermarket parts and trucks. And, and if you're going at it blind, a lot of times you can waste some money with products that are fancy but don't always function. So I try to get some videos out to help people, give them tips and tidbits on how they can approach certain obstacles. And I'll help Kilborn Alla go ahead and take the curb story away from him, so he can't have that one. I can actually climb over a curb now with my RC truck. Try it sometimes. It's way more challenging than you think it is. But yes, I do some videos. I have the channel on YouTube is under my name, William Riddle. So I'm here for the fun and try to make it a good time.
Definitely awesome, man. Also, if you guys go to the Axial Fest, you go to those trails, right? Anything that is built out there, that is that man right there. Huge shout out to Bill. Mike Dooley, fellow veteran, one of our Operation 11 Charlie veterans, and the boys out there always working on those trails, guys. That's the man right there, man. And that's why here in Operation 11 Charlie, we talk about trail etiquette. These guys right here, man, they work hours, the first one in and the last one out, right? And to make sure everybody's having that fun, just, so right there, this is one of the men in charge of that, man. So I just want to say thank you, Bill, for making all that stuff so we can have fun, man. And a lot of sweat and
You're
tears,
welcome.
right?
A lot of blood, not so many tears, a lot of blood, a lot of sweat.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. It's it's weird. So it is a ridiculous amount of work. And I've been fortunate enough to have a good partner in it with Mike Dooley. The first year of Badlands, Craig Davis was with us. Then this last year, the second year, Parker was with us. And then this year, James Story Rice was with us. So,
yeah.
But it's a ridiculous amount of work, but we try to build there's so much natural terrain at those two event locations. We don't have to build a ton, but we try to make it a little something different every year. Mm-hmm. At the same time that we put in some stuff that you've seen before. If it survives, then you're going to get to run it again next year. Normally we're on the ground about 7 days in advance of the event. California, I was actually on the ground 2 weeks in advance of the event. But we want to give the RC community something fun to do. And we try to keep it light, but trail etiquette is huge because, it's like picking the last flower in the flower garden. If you pick that flower, you get to see it, but nobody behind you gets to see it.
Exactly.
It's the same thing with a trail marker. Run it over because you can't drive. Yeah. Pick it up, put it back in the ground.
Yes.
And Javier,
go ahead, brother.
See the update from Kevin Gibbs when he was telling that, sharing that story. It wasn't a nephew; it was actually a Newfoundland dog that was trained in whitewater rescue there.
Gotcha. Apologize, Kev. Got you. Well said there, brother. Going back to what Bill does on the trails, man. I know the one in Cali this year, right? He was a couple of weeks, right, there in Axial Fest that he flew, but he didn't mention he had to go. He flew to East Coast, right, for Recon G6 to get that ready. Then he flew back out to California.
He didn't get ready. He competed. He did the 12-hour fix. Yeah.
Oh,
Showed up at the start line, literally as we were getting ready to head up the mountain, and did the 12 hours and left right after.
That's right. That's what's so. That's a trooper right there. All the way, baby.
That's just a little bit dumb. Sometimes I'm dumb, Javier. I don't cut many cards about it. I don't make smart choices all the time. But yeah, that was a blast to be able to do that. To do what Mike and I pulled off in Cali, then to fly back to the East Coast, do the fix. I literally landed at Dulles at 5 o'clock in the morning, drove 3 hours to Pennsylvania, hopped out of the car, plugged the battery in, and hopped right in behind those guys.
Yeah,
did 12 hours, drove back to DCA, flew back to Cali, and met Mike there. I guess that Sunday Mike came down, or Monday his son got married. So just awesome. It's, you know, and people like Horizon make that stuff possible.
Yes. If you guys had the chance, any of you guys here on the chat that we're at their Axial Fest Badlands, man. And also Axial Fest California, man. Especially in California, when we went there, right, Jared, around the area, all the stuff that they cut, you know, all the trees that they cut and did those trails and those bridges, all that was incredible, man.
No, yeah, that's just a beautiful location. That was a lot of fun too. If I remember right, Bill, you lost your machete. Did you auction it off?
Yeah. I didn't lose it. I did that of my own free will. I wasn't coerced. You know, it's a machete, and actually that machete has a story. So the first Parker Fest East, I want to say, I found it in Florida with Parker, and it's been with me ever since. And then it broke at Cali last year. I had to get a new one. So that was a brand new machete that really didn't, but it was the exact same model, same everything. And it was with me all week, and that's how most people know who I am, because it's always hanging off my hip. So
yeah.
And the band bought it. I was floored. The band doesn't know me, but it was for a good cause, for good people, and you know, I can get another machete.
It was, and we are very grateful, Bill. Always, we are so grateful of you. Even before that, man, the type of person you are, right? Straight, you know, I love that. And also, I mentioned it before, right? The first Axial Fest that I went, they told me you are the only person that are been here that is not a Recon G6, crew member. So they took me there. I was there with them, and they took me under their wings. They took care of me the whole weekend I was there. So I'm very grateful of that and appreciative of these guys right here, man. So it was an honor.
We normally don't let strangers stay in the crew house, but you know, we figured you were pretty harmless. And we didn't want you staying in that nasty place that they tried to put us in.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate you guys. At least that's not what the Army told me. That was nice. But anyway.
Right.
But no, man, it's grateful. I'm very grateful of you, Bill. And you know, always how you guys are being with Operation 11 Charlie. Then, you know, every event that we go is everything's so special, and that top of the line right there when this guy bumped that raffle would just jump from a couple of thousand to like $5,000. It was just incredible, man. Very grateful for that.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Guys, question that you guys have here in the panel and at in the chat, feel free for Mr. Bill.
I was gonna say, I got one. I saw in the ad for this show. Bill, I've seen a lot of your builds. Your Forerunner's a sick paint job. What was the Moog, and where is the Moog? I have never seen that thing. So he's an amazing builder, by the way, if you don't know.
I just glue stuff together and throw some paint on it. I have fun with my builds. So I do a thing called the 200-mile RC challenge, and I've been doing it. I did it the first year I did it in kind of in private. It wasn't anything that I shared. And it was something that I was doing to help me recover from from a traumatic incident that took place in my family. So, and my challenge to myself was to go out and walk and hike 200 miles with my truck. So after that first year I did it in private, I was like, you know, this is something that could potentially help other people as they deal with their demons. Regardless of where those demons come from, whether it's from your service, whether it's from, you know, a relationship going bad, whether it's from an abusive parent, whatever wherever your demons come from, we all have them.
Yeah.
So the first year I used just a truck that I had around. And then each year after that, I have built a special edition truck for each year. So I'd been looking for a 4-door crew cab Unimog. Couldn't find them. And Brian Parker found me one over in Austria or someplace like that. Bought it, sent it to me. So I had, oh my goodness, I can't even remember the guy's name now, build the cage for the rear. It started out to be basically an off-road tow truck. It was a leaf sprung crew cab Unimog with a cage. I have a guy that has bought every single 200-mile RC Challenge truck. He buys them at the end of each year. The Unimog, for whatever reason, he didn't have an interest in it. So Todd Custer bought it, and he's made some adjustments to it, and he has turned it into a trail truck, which was what it was. But he made some upgrades, made it a little less heavy because it was a pig. It was probably 12 pounds on leaf springs, so it was a pig.
Cool looking. That's the first time.
But it could climb. I've got videos of it climbing up steps on 419s.
What about curbs?
Well, technically a curb is kind of a step.
That's for
just
Jeremy.
in sequential order.
Yeah, his Bill, one of the first times I met Bill was at the trail event we had at Hartford. And he has this 4Runner and just multicolors. And what you say, 14 layers of color?
Yeah, so the 4Runner, it's leaf sprung again, and it has 14 coats of paint on it.
Yeah.
And then
what I did was I
would paint it and then write the paint color down on a piece of paper in the order. So when I went back and sanded it, so it looks like it's just been painted and weathered. But I knew how deep I was going based on the color on my list. So that was down, if it was red or something, that's down 7 layers. And it was a really cool build. And it won that event that day.
Yeah.
So it's a very capable truck, and it's even more capable now. It's got the new A&M high clearance TF2 skid on it, and it's got more breakover clearance than my comp truck in Class 1 does. But just an awesome build. I like doing, like, I'm not a professional painter by any stretch of the imagination, but I cook like I paint. I just throw shit in the pan, and however it takes, it takes. I probably shouldn't be cussing.
Gobstopper truck is one of my favorites.
The which one?
Gobstopper.
That's the one.
Is that the one?
That's the 4Runner.
It's not a Gobstopper. You're fired again.
At least you can call it glitter or nothing.
Gobstopper. Well, actually, and that's now that Jesse was wrong twice.
It's the jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker. Wrong twice.
I got it right,
That's
Bill.
where I got the idea. So, and that's where the name came from. Because remember, Javier, you probably remember, you're super old. Like back in
thank you.
in the 60s and 70s, when you had the jawbreakers, like the old school jawbreakers, you would put it in your cheek.
Yeah.
And you could see this, whatever, the 176 different layers of those damn things. That's where I got the idea from.
The jawbreaker. I remember I was born in the 70s. Bill, get it right, bro.
Whatever.
Just socks with that truck on.
But I remember those definitely.
Did I do what?
Isn't that the truck that I put on socks for you for your Christmas on you?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Avi, I'm sending you a photo right now of it.
Okay.
Those socks are in the drawer.
That's awesome.
Welcome, Sean.
But yeah,
Brother.
I like having fun with my builds.
What's your favorite build?
Oh man. Man, I've had some awesome ones over the years. I did a Ford tractor trailer cab over on an SCX2 chassis rails. That truck, that was pretty. It was black and yellow Steelers colors.
So
that was a fun build.
Add too.
Yeah, well, they suck this year. They just put the young kid in, let him throw the damn football. Anyway, that was a fun build. Yeah, there it is. There's Jawbreaker.
Right here.
Yeah, that's
No,
amazing.
that was a fun build.
Oh,
too.
that's awesome.
Getting everything to fit in there. The bar that you saw in the back was actually the cab bar, just put in the back and mounted backwards. I did a Wraith truggy where I cut the entire back section of a Wraith out and remounted the links. That was a pretty cool build. I did a 56 or so Ford flatbed that had a skeleton driving. I don't know what my favorite one is. Wow.
He's gonna think on that one.
I prepped
The Dragon series was probably one of my favorite set of builds. So here's going back into fall crawl. So my first time at fall crawl was 3 years ago, because it's always during football season, and it's a it's not a short drive. It's a 3-hour drive from me up there. So the first time I went to fall crawl was COVID, and football season was canceled in the fall. So I was like, let me go up here and check this out. And AJ had reached out and said, hey, why don't you come up and see what you can do? And I got my ass handed to me. Like I don't even know if I got top 50. Had capable trucks, but was just out driven, outclassed, out everything. So that gave me some motivation. I was like, all right, I don't like that. Like I love to win. I want to win so bad that I want you to go home, sit in the dark, drink with the lights off, and cry. But at the same time that I want to beat you that bad, I will give you parts off my truck to help make your truck run. I'm just that guy. Like I want to beat you, I want to win, but I want the playing field to be even. I'll help you out. I'll do whatever I can to get your truck up and running to where you can compete. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, these guys are just they're outclassing me with gear and equipment. And I had, up until that point, I had decided I just didn't want an aftermarket truck, with all the fancy comp stuff on it. And so Super Shafty Fall Crawl, I guess 2018-ish, 22, 21. Yeah, maybe 17 or 18, whatever it was. I was like, all right, I got to build something. So I sat down and built a plan for the Dragons, and that was a C1, C2, and C3 comp trucks, identical frames, identical components. Every single truck had the exact same parts, same chassis, same servo, same wrench, everything. And my thought process was, it's kind of like, your weapon. If I can shoot my M1 and I pick up somebody else's M1, that's the same damn gun. I can be able to shoot it the exact same way. So my thought process was that this truck is going to act just like that truck, just like that truck. So I wouldn't lose anything. If you look at a lot of the comp guys that are running different chassis and axles and everything across all three classes, and I was like, maybe I can cut some corners there and be a little better. So the Dragon series was a really fun build series for me, and then I painted them to make them look like dragons.
They were cool looking.
I'm pulling photos.
I was gonna say,
I'm being Facebook stalked right now. I'm sure Matt's.
I am.
Like,
is the the pinkish red, Bill? Is that the class 3 one?
That's the new class 3.
Mm-hmm.
Hobby, 2 coming in.
Okay, got it.
And I have there's a new class too coming. Well, it's not coming, it's here.
Let's see here.
Because I sold my other class too to somebody that's on this panel.
You better
I've
join
got
us.
it.
Oh, look at that.
I have the old class too.
And I'm building that fancy looking man sitting behind it. I'm building him a truck too.
He's
in
getting
class
it.
1. And then around there's some like 24-year-old kid.
He's
Kind of building, selling him one too. I don't know where he's at. He's
Just made him go to bed. He had to go to bed. School.
so, but I have fun building. It's I just have fun with it. I don't do it to make money. I certainly don't make any money on it, but it's fun for me. I enjoy it. It's similar to building trails.
He built this one too.
Yep, I did build that one.
That is sweet, man.
Nice.
I didn't paint it though. Don't blame me for that.
I was gonna
paint job.
say that's not build paint.
No,
we got
paint
pictures
job.
of her forearms and her ankles to match the paint job of the
Yeah,
truck.
that's one of them.
Yeah, so that's my C1. So that truck, the original Dragons actually glowed in the dark.
Wow.
So you can kind of see the yellow pigment coming from underneath what would be the dragon scales. So I wanted to do something different, something cool that hadn't been done. And I happened to be on YouTube one night and I was watching, I don't know, some auto body something with a guy that was making real one-to-one show cars glow in the dark. And I was like, all right, that's pretty freaking cool. Now he was doing all the fancy stuff, mixing the glow powder into the actual paint. And I'm like, well, that's a lot. I don't have that kind of equipment. So I actually reached out to one of the glow powder companies and got a couple of samples. And what I did was I did the primer coat, put spray adhesive on the truck body, and then sprinkled with a powder sugar sprinkler the glow in the dark powder. It of course stuck to the spray adhesive. I then used the old, let's see, who's on here old enough? Jared may be old enough, or Dave may be old enough to remember the old gym bags that just were like laundry baskets.
Yeah,
That
yeah. The
web.
football, like your football practice.
Yep, like your old football bags.
Yeah.
I used that to spray the upper 2 coats of paint on in different colors to complement it. And when they were brand new, they actually looked really good, but then they got scratched because sometimes I don't drive very well. But the original series, all 3 trucks were exactly, they looked identical to the truck that you see in the picture.
Sweet. That's a sick build right there. Sick build. What we got here?
Ooh,
Yep.
there we
So
go.
that's the second version of the C3. So I have 2 class 3s. I have a skinny and a fat. So the skinny is on AR-45s and the fat is on Capras. But it's the same paint scheme, same method, just different colors. And then let me see where my other one is.
You're gonna go get it.
Yeah, I put all this stuff away, so you're gonna make me dig it out now.
I'll say one thing with Bill. Jess has been out there. Javier, he's always smiling, even though he's working his butt off, sweating.
Yes.
But he's always willing to help, and that's one thing with 11 Charlie's. He's been helping whenever he can and been supportive.
Right,
I mean,
oh wow, how did I make myself big? Did I do that?
Yeah, bro. That's you,
man.
That's you, bro.
So here's the new one.
Ooh,
Snake Cheeks live.
Purple wheels.
Dig it.
With the same, and again, it's scratched up because
no shell queens.
no, oh no, I have no shelf queens here. So this that's the new C2. And interestingly enough, I hadn't actually driven that truck in the form that it is right now until Saturday morning at Super Shafty. And I drove it to a 13th place finish out of 140 or some trucks.
Wow.
So, and that's the new Corrupt Carbon Works Ninja chassis and transmission and everything.
Nice.
But just I like to have fun with my builds. Yep, there's the original C2. The cab didn't last long. A-pillars went pretty quick. Again, sometimes I run over stuff.
So the next photo he has, I want to hear about that one.
Yeah, let me look the other one real quick.
Wait a minute,
Yellow.
where'd you get it and what is it?
I hope
Well,
it's yours.
I
If
got
not,
it.
you're going to talk about it.
I got it right here.
Okay.
Bam.
It's yours.
All right,
Oh, that's cool.
All right. So this was my first SCX 10-1.
Nice.
It's the only truck over the years that I haven't sold at some point. Like I don't have, like I sold Jessica, the original Dragon 2. I sold a truck that I built. Dan Planinsky bought it that I called Foghorn Leghorn. I don't keep, like I only have right now maybe 9 trucks. I let them go. I sell them as people ask for them or they need them. This is the only truck that I have kept. And this truck to me is whenever the SCX 10-1 came out, I made some upgrades to it. And then me and the wifey, Betty, went on an RV trip out west, and I saw some pictures, some old Willys Jeep pickups, and I got motivated, and I built this body partially along the way on that trip, and it replaced a very badly damaged Ford F-150 body that had been on this truck for the longest time. So that's all scratch built, with the exception of, if you look real close, the roof line was cut out of a one of the China Jeep JKs. So, and if I wouldn't have posted pictures online, so in the comp world, you can get additional scale points for scratch built bodies, but the entire body has to be scratch built. So I posted these pictures during the build process of the roof panel that I had cut out. So in essence, I hurt myself, but I wouldn't get the scale points for the body build, which wasn't a big deal. It wasn't really a truck that I was going to comp with. But it was another cool build. So I built it first out of cardboard and made sure it lined up on my chassis. And then I just cut the tape in between the cardboard sections, and I had ready to go jigs for the styrene. And then I used the same process with the that I did on Jawbreaker to sand down the yellow into the different layers.
Sweet. Later, Scott. 307 is good, bro. Take care, brother.
Good easy, Scott.
Yeah,
Bye, Scott. I don't know who you are. I can't see the chat. Bye.
I know they was asking there, Bill, for your YouTube channel. Well, I saw a question there earlier. What was your YouTube channel?
I think it's somebody look it up. It's just William Riddle. I don't think it's under Ghost Runner is my Instagram.
Okay.
It's just my name.
Okay, yeah, that's Big Head. He was making sure that was yours. Yeah, William Riddle. That's the one, Big Head. There you go, brother. I'm see here. Thank you guys. I said a bunch of people in the chat. Thank you for being here with us. Any question that you have for Bill, feel free to post them, guys, and we'd let him know on that here right there. Christopher, welcome in, brother. Let me see here, trying to see if we didn't miss any questions in the chat. No, we're good. That's so cool, man.
Bill, what's your favorite event that you go to?
Did you ask the same? What was my favorite truck?
This is Dave's question.
My question is, what's your favorite event? Like your favorite crawl place?
Well, that's two different questions, Dave.
That's two different questions.
One at a time. One at a time.
My favorite crawl place is secret, and I'm not telling you, Dave. I have someplace special that I go when I'm in comp mode. I'm not telling you about that one. My favorite event. I mean, so I kind of have to split the comp world and the trail world here because I don't think it's a fair battle between the two. From the comp world, Super Champy Fall Crawl is a bucket list item. If you've never done it, you should do it. Tickets go fast. You need to get them. It will sell out. In my opinion, it should be a national level event. It just doesn't have the nationals tag on it because folks can't agree to it. But that you're getting worldwide competition there. You're getting some of the best drivers in the world. But it's a different event. So Super Safety, the Fall Crawl is definitely tops. Nationals was fun this year. I had my first experience down in Alabama with Nationals. That was a fun event. The Super Shafty team went down. It was a good time. The chats and the bullshit sessions in the house after. The day's events is probably one of the things I like the most. But I really love doing Axial Fest. And it's like you guys mentioned earlier, it's such an inordinate amount of work. Like the first year we did Badlands, I can't remember, Mike might be able to help me out, something like 63 or 64 miles on the ground in foot traffic in 7 days. I mean, it was crazy. But it's worth it because you see some kid come through, or you see some RC person come through, and they see an obstacle, and they're like, "Oh my God, I don't know if I can do that." And then they do it, and it's immediately all worth it. Like the one of the first years we went, or second year, I think we went to Badlands. We had a floating bridge, so it floated on top of the water until you got a truck on it, and then it sank in the water. But it only sank enough to where it was up to like the hubs. So, watching people do that, and it was just that's Badlands and Axial Fest would probably out top Super Shanty. But again, it's two completely different worlds.
Different world, yeah. I know, Bill, you've been all over the place here in the States. Have you traveled outside the United States with RCing?
Yes. when did COVID come? 20 what?
2020.
It was only 2 years ago?
Yes.
Something like that, yeah. It seems an eternity, but yes.
20 early, because I was trained dad. 2019, I guess I went to Costa Rica with as part of Recon and Pitbull. They went down there to do a Super Series event in Costa Rica.
Yes.
And that was awesome. Just great. Again, a great RC community, very family oriented down there. And so many Toyota Land Cruisers, like mint, like 1-to-1 Toyota Land Cruiser pickups, just mint condition, like no salt rust, no nothing, just beautiful trucks. And then they mimicked, a lot of them mimicked their RC cars, just like their 1-to-1 trucks. But just, it was a great experience for me down there. We had a beautiful place up in the mountains that we got to, they had already done a lot of building, and we got to kind of, parkerize it, if you will. But just a great time down there. All the folks from Pitbull were there, Mike Green and his team, and just a really, really good time.
That is awesome, man. That's awesome. Real quick, I want to show something before anything questions for Bill. Feel free, guys, you can depend on the chat. I want to show something before I forget about these pics. I want to say thank you. I didn't have the chance to run it here, but Gerald, bro, thank you for this beauty right here, man, that you painted and you guys built for me, Alonso and Jared, man, for Proline by the Fire, man. This just was sweet, man.
Yeah, I have the truck here, Javier. I picked it up from Lonzo.
Oh, you have it? Oh,
yeah.
So so we can show it then.
Yeah, I have it
picture, right? Heck yeah. Thank you, brother. It means a lot, man. Let me show this real quick. Look at that right there, man.
Yeah.
So I thought, Lonzo was building the truck. He built the element build on the Rock Pirates Interceptor chassis. And he got it to me just a couple days before we were supposed to leave for the event. So I was thinking, what could I do, that could do in that timeline and something that Javier would appreciate. So first thing that came to mind was the old school woodland camo. Yeah. And I thought, the Operation 11 Charlie logos would really pop on those colors. And then the day before we left, actually, one of my good buddies' son has been doing some 3D printing for us, and he made this roof skid for us, which I think just really looks good on there. There's not any roof skids for the cliffhanger body, so
yes,
I gave him an old body, and he used it as a template and made that Operation 11 Charlie skid for us.
No, thank you, bro. I know. We know someone. We don't want to mention. We know somebody when he saw it, said, I want that rig." So
yeah. Lonzo took it with him when he left the day before me. So I missed all that. Like when, it was set out there and stuff, people were seeing it. I wasn't there for that, but I appreciate it all the same. Lonzo did a good job on the chassis build, and
Rock Pirates as well.
Rock Pirates put a little finishing touches on it before the event started. And I think all I did when we were there was maybe trim the body a little more and put those IERC bumpers on there. So, yeah.
Thank you, my brother. I just want to say thank you to you, brother. It means a lot, bro.
Hey, if you don't mind, I'm going to have to jump off. So I'll just say goodbye now. I got things going in the house here, but I love you guys. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
Good night, Jared.
See you, bud.
Thank you for everything, man. Appreciate you.
Have a good one.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Sorry for that, Bill, man.
That's all right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Every year you've been doing the 200 miles. This year you're doing 100. Where are we at?
Way behind. So again, that was so if anybody's that's followed me over the past couple of years, the tail end of 2021 and the beginning of 2022, RC was taking up a dramatic amount of my time, and not necessarily in a good way. It was taking away from some family life and some things that I was missing out on. So I cut back a little bit in 22. So I reduced not only, so the 200-mile challenge, that's just what it's named. So you could do with that, you could do any amount that you wanted. You could do 10 miles. The point being, get out, see the fresh air, enjoy the countryside or the city or wherever you happen to RC at. Go out with your RC truck, you know, talk to your demons and work out whatever your shit is. Because for the most part, demons are reasonable. They they want what they want. They're like a good woman. They want what they want. So, but in the beginning of 22, it was really I was starting to miss out on some things. So I made a conscious decision to kind of slow a little bit of my RC stuff down. I reduced because each year I went 200, then I went 225, then I went 250, then I went 275. So this year I went back down to 100. It didn't make me spend any less time with my truck or my demons, but it did increase my ability to have time with my family. In that same time, I also reduced some sponsorships. I talked to the different people, kind of explained to them what was happening, and I did not leave any sponsorship or brand ambassador because there was ill feelings or I didn't like the parts or whatever. It was just a matter of family first, and it was something that was brought to my attention, so I had to kind of own my own words there because it's something I had always preached. And it was time for me to take a little tiny step back and show some people that are important to me that they're still important. So that was kind of what the beginning and middle of 22 have been. So to answer your question there in a roundabout way, I'm sitting just over 50.
Oh, you got.
Yeah. I've got 50 to do. I am going down to Texas in December. So I have some time down there with me and my tiny truck out in the desert with the rattlesnakes and whatnot. So I have some time down there. And then, you know, in the fall, I have football. I coach high school football. So the fall is always tough. And that's what made Super Shafty so tough the first couple of years. And then, so I'll get it in. I'll get it knocked out. Like last year, I did it on the 31st of January or the 31st of December. But one way or another, you know, I'll get it done. And then who knows what I'll do next year. I do have a truck all ready for next year. It is not a truck that I built. I'm going to take it or considering at this point, taking it to a different level with something a little bigger. So we'll see. We'll see what happens next year, how many miles I decide to do. But the bottom line with the 200-mile challenge is, man, get out, charge your batteries, and go RC, Jessica.
I even have it written on my shoe. It's everywhere.
You just such a letdown, such a disappointment.
You came in
so
last
for those
place.
of you that don't know, there's a thing at Axial Fest that we do called UTAC, which is the Ultimate Team Adventure Challenge. And what that is basically it's a Brian Parker concept that apparently he had after too many cups of Austrian coffee. And basically picture a Easter egg hunt and a what?
Gone mad.
No, an Easter egg hunt and a oh my God, what are those things when you have clues?
Scavenger.
A scavenger hunt. There you go. Thank you. An Easter egg hunt, a scavenger hunt got together and had a Recon G6 baby. That's what UTAC is. But you go out in teams of 2, 3, 4, or more than 4, and we hide shit in the woods. You have to go find it. Every time you find something, there is a riddle or a question that you have to answer. The answer to that riddle or question then make up a series or a phrase. So at Badlands and in California, because sometimes I don't have a lot of free thought. So at Badlands, I don't remember what the questions were, but the answer was charge your batteries and go RC, which if you have ever watched the full video on any of my 200-mile RC challenge videos that go on Instagram and Facebook. That's my ending line. Well, Miss Jessica and her team, which I'm fairly certain included Matt and the Sergeant Major.
And Sergeant Major.
I was the wheelman.
Could not. Like, they had the words right. They could not put them in the right order.
I had to watch the daggone YouTube channel.
So I was a little saddened that I actually cried over that. So that's the history with that. And then so Badlands was fun this year. I got the little fairy dusting in.
Little?
I got it was like a pound. That wasn't much.
Still finding glitter.
So I guess up at Hartford Rocks, actually, I took a pie in the face. Again, me opening my big mouth. And it was Chris Shoemaker, and we were bull crapping around. And I said something about, I don't know, $100.
If I got $100.
I got $100, I'd take a pie in the face. Well, immediately out of, I think, Chris's pocket, here comes a $100 bill. And I'm like, God, dude. So, man of my word.
We get some photos up. Jeremy's in the chat. He's got photos. I know. And
Man
this
of
was
my
all raising money for 11 Charlie, by the way.
Right.
The whole event.
Yep.
There was a lot of pies got thrown that day.
A lot of pies, yeah.
I took what I thought was one pie in the face, which ended up being like 6 or 7, including an extra one from not only Jessica, who we have codenamed Stage Fright, but as well as the Sergeant Major. Who? Yeah, his little his payback is coming. It's gonna be slow and sweet. And I'm gonna savor every minute of it. But it's coming. He knows it's coming.
I think he's got 2 years left and he retires. You got
That's
2
what he
years to
said.
ponder what you're gonna do to him.
Yeah.
I know where he lives.
Mr. Googly Eyes.
Here, you have to get closer.
So there were some extra pies slipped in there. So I got Miss Jessica's payback at Badlands while she was, because one of the pieces of the UTAC, and I had some help on that, by the way.
Oh, come on.
So how do you figure, Jessica, that you had to become the driver?
Oh, I know
Old
who
challenge.
assisted in that, Mr. Sergeant Major.
Oh, and Matt. Matt was
and Matt, because Matt made sure
there was some double agent shit going on. So
I
anyway,
didn't know it was gonna be my remote she was using now.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's still
and
good.
sometimes you lose. So one of the challenges is there's a spotter challenge. So the driver is blindfolded, and we don't use blindfolds because they're unsanitary. We use little swim goggles that have the lenses covered, and they have googly eyes on them typically. So it's very easy to sneak up on somebody wearing those because their spotters are talking to them. So the very last piece of the course that you have to drive your truck through, there's a set of balloons. And the balloons are really dependent on Mother Nature and what kind of mood she's in, because if the wind's blowing, the balloons are going all over the place. Well, if you hit a balloon with your truck, then you get a little dusting of fairy dust. Jessica's fairy dust was about half a pound.
The best part about it,
Can you hear me? I don't know.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, Dave. Yep.
Okay, the best part about it is while you were doing the balloons with the fairy dust, that you knew that one was especially for her, that you forgot to blow it up after you put the fairy dust in it.
I did. I had two. I had one blown up, and then I tied a knot in the other one because you're so busy. And so I tied a knot. I'm like, fuck, Mike. And Mike's laughing at me. Like he's nobody's standing right there, and he's like, "Hey, dumbass, you forgot to blow that up." So I'm like, "All right, well, we're gonna make it work anyway." So I popped the one and dusted her, and then I took the big one and just cut a hole in it and sprinkled it on her.
Covered.
So Yeah. So anybody have Matt? Do we have some pictures of that?
Yeah, I can get them going right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, go
find some
ahead,
pictures
send
of
it to
what
me.
half a pound of fairy dust looked like.
James
People,
on
the
the
people
chat.
at Walmart, the people at Walmart were super entertained that I was buying half a pound of glitter.
Not as entertained as the people at the hotel that night when I was covered trying to.
The housekeeper,
because
they were very happy.
She was sweaty and she
And
had
it
her
was
hair pulled
glue.
back.
It was glue glitter.
It was nice. It was high quality glitter.
Great. It was everywhere.
High quality H2O. It was high quality stuff.
I got it there. Hold on.
Did
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh
I
man.
remember this.
And it's all down. It's everywhere. My arm.
Wow.
There's a
Yeah.
lot
It
of
was
glitter.
awesome. It was such an epic plan.
Yeah.
And then he made me stand up in front of the entire crowd to remember his daggone line, and I could not say it.
Yeah, so she not only embarrassed me the first time out in the sandbox, not the sandbox, out in the quarry, but then when I called her up to stage doing the awards, she forgot the slogan a second time. So that's how she got. Now this is even more funny because that's how she got the code name Stage Fright. What's even more epic is I had no idea that she got stage fright until after I put her on the spot and she clammed up.
Yeah.
And Dave was like, "Hey, she gets stage fright." And I was like, "Oh my God, that is even so much more funny now."
Now they got nicknames for you, Jess.
I'm Sparkles. Yeah. Story started that one. Yeah. I got a lot of nicknames that weekend.
Yeah, all in fun.
This is
Just,
the lady of the night.
a great community, great group of
Yeah.
people. And the people at Badlands and even out in Cali, man, just great venue.
Yes.
So if you haven't ever done one of those, it's worth the ticket. Bring the family. There's camping, there's lodging.
Yes.
It's just it's a great time. Great trails, and just a great community and great time.
Definitely, bro. That the one in Cali, what was that? Rob's Resort. It's a beautiful location. Beautiful location. The people there are amazing. The owners, just incredible people right there. Yeah.
So there's a story with that one too. So I'm up on stage, and I want to say, do something special for the owner and his son, who I've been working with all week. And they had me up there 2 weeks in advance. And I want to say somewhere I got it in my bill mind that the owner's name was Craig. his son, and then the dad was Craig, I thought. So I'm up there and I'm jabbering, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I had done, so the other thing that makes Badlands kind of special, and I've caught some flack for this on Facebook by, hoity-toity folks. So I take a soldering iron and I burn in and I make my own trophies. So they're hand done. At out at Rob's, we used log rounds. So I made awards for everybody for all the different Recon G6 events. I made one for the food truck people, and then I made one for Rob's.
Yes.
So I'm getting ready to give him the award. And I call the son out and I said, "Hey, Craig." And here comes the fucking bartender. Oh, he's like, "Hey, what did I do?" And I'm like, "Okay, you're not the one I wanted." So, yeah, you're not the only one that forgets stuff, Jessica. Like I'd been literally calling the dad Craig.
You're horrible with names.
I know. I don't ever forget it. Like I have nicknames for all my football players because I can't remember the names. It's bad. But yeah, just a good time, man. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. I love to make other people laugh. So RC is a good place to do that.
It is, brother. That's why we are so grateful of you, Bill, man, everything you do for the RC community, in general, right? We are very grateful, brother. It means a lot, man. We have a lot of respect for you, brother.
Well, I'm glad that people actually like me. I don't have a lot of friends. I got Parker, Story, Craig, those guys. I don't have a ton of friends. I've never been a dude's dude. Like I got more. I really don't have any friends. I got Betty. I drive her fucking nuts. But that's it. I got my kids, and they're like, "Hey, can you send me money?" I'm like, "I haven't talked to you in a month. You want money?" But no, I just, I'm a loner. I'm a black sheep, if you will. Always have been, always will be. But the RC rock crawling, trailing, comping community, it's just fun. It makes me feel at home. It makes me feel safe for the most part, which I don't.
Yes.
We all like it anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I enjoy it.
Story says you're his best friend.
I like Story because of Tara. Tara can cook her ass off. Yeah, Story's a cool dude.
Good people. He's good people. Oh, I got more pictures.
So many stories about Story and with Story. First, let's see, that wasn't even Axial Fest. That was Parker Fest West. So for those of you that don't know, Story, there's a technical name for it. I want to say it's narcolepsy, but I'm not sure. Story has narcolepsy. He falls asleep just like whenever. So we get a rental car. We're headed up to Parker Fest, going up to Dooley's place in Wairika, the bow range. And we're cruising along. We got this rental Suburban or whatever the hell we're in, and we're running. And there's no laws in California, so we're running like 110 some shit up the road. And Story's knocked out in the front seat, and all of a sudden he wakes up and goes, "Truck!" And I was talking, and we're literally like on the ass of some tractor trailer, and I swerve and we missed it, thank God. But just the Story's. He's an awesome dude. He got me and Parker into disc golf, which if you haven't played, okay, let me see, how can I put this politically correct? It's not as dumb as one would think it is. There's another word that I want to say, but we're live, so I won't say it. Anyway, disc golf, go try it. It's fun. It's you and the disc against Mother Nature. And it's another little hobby that I've taken on that I have some really good conversations with my demons when I'm out there. It's a good place to just be alone and let yourself breathe. And that's probably one of the biggest things I get out of RC is it just lets me breathe, lets me think. When I'm driving, especially, nothing else is in my head.
So you're outside, you're focused on an object rather than life itself.
Yep.
And it's one of the biggest.
10 minutes later, your problems are there, but they seem a little less significant, if you will.
Yes.
And disc golf is kind of the same thing, man. So, but yeah, Story is a story.
I don't like disc golf.
Don't
Not yet. I don't like disc golf. I'm working on it.
It's fun.
I'm working on it.
It's fun until you watch the YouTube videos. Why do you got to show the fat picture? Come on, Matt.
Turn that photo sideways. It looks skinnier.
Look at the guy behind you guys. That's why Major and Bill.
That was
what Mike's got my 6.
Yeah, that was a presentation of the coin.
Yep.
That's when
but I didn't know what I was getting into there. I thought I was getting set up. So Mike was creeping around covering my 6.
Oh, hold on. Let me go back. I got another pic.
There should be 2 more in there. I forget which ones I sent you. That one actually came from Jeremy. That's one of let me see what I sent you.
Right here.
Oh, not that one.
But that was payback for when she got him at the recon 2 years ago.
No, this wasn't payback.
That was I did that myself.
Well, I asked him to throw the pie, and he was very happy. I mean, I think he was going to offer me money for it.
I love the special effects right there, man.
I mean, come on.
Oh no, that's not special effects.
That's not special.
Actually, that is
I know.
actually,
Sergeant Major got that picture just the right time.
That was liquid whipped cream. It was hot, so it melted fast.
And look,
this right here.
And this one here goes back, 2021, the recon. Jeremy set out that day for 22 miles, had a mishap. Bill heard about our goal was to beat 22 miles for the 22-day Veterans Day we lose, and jumped straight in, even though that was a rough year on everybody.
Yeah.
And stepped in, and we walked across the finish line together. So thank you, Bill, for that, pushing us on.
That was probably one of the longest nights of my life, because we flew out. So that was Friday. We flew out that Sunday to go to Cali.
Mm-hmm.
But Friday night, like, the dehydration hit me, and like I was cramped up. And I'm sure you guys have probably experienced this, but I was cramped up so bad. I had the sweats on one side, the chills on the other, and literally was cramped so bad. Basically, my armpits down, I could not move. I couldn't get out of the bed, nothing. It was horrible. But for an epic moment to do that for you guys, man. And I was way behind the curve at that point. Like, I pounded those last 3.5, 4 hours. But it was to not let Jeremy fall like that. I mean, Jeremy we've been buds for a minute, and to not let him fall like that, it was worth every single second of that, to pick up that torch and carry that for him. No way I would have let Jeremy miss that goal. And I ended up dedicating that entire fix. He has the certification, everything. I put it right to him. And that was coming off of a year where I missed it the previous year to do Badlands, and then the year before that I was in like hour 8 or 9, and I was sitting at 23 or 24 miles and had a major transmission failure, and I was devastated. So to come back and be able to dedicate my first actual finish in the fix to Gilbourne and the 22 was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And it was my pleasure and my honor to do it.
Thank you, brother. It means a lot to us, man. That's why you see the Recon G6 patch on the shoulder of Operation 11 Charlie shirts right there, man. Just because of that. Thank you, brother. Means a lot to us.
You are welcome.
Cool. Thank you. Kevin Gibbs, I got your stickers, bro. They look sick, man. Look sick. Thank you, brother. My goodness, it's almost that time.
It's 10.
It's almost that time, guys, to say our goodbyes. But any more questions? Anything else you want?
What else you got, Jessica?
There you go.
Dave.
Oh, John.
What was your first build? What was your first one? Or your first RC? There you go.
My very first RC was a Radio Shack Ford F1 or G1 McLaren when I was 8 years old. It went forward and then it turned right in reverse. I played with that joker for about 10 minutes, got my checkerboard out, and made it climb up the checkerboard. And then from there, it went to the stompers. Remember the old stompers? They had the little closed cell foam tires, star cut. That's probably too old for you guys. Way before y'all's time. But yeah, a little Ford G1 McLaren. It looked like a Le Mans type race car. Radio Shack for Christmas when I was 8.
That's sweet.
Cool.
That is awesome.
You ever
Go ahead, brother.
Did you ever make a 1-to-1 or not 1-to-1? Did you ever make an RC truck copy one of your 1-to-1s, like maybe a vehicle you had?
No, I don't have enough money to have a 1-to-1. If I ever win the lottery, I told Betty the other day, I said, if we ever win the lottery, we're buying somebody's race team. We're going to go race trucks all over the world.
There you go.
But I have to play the lottery, so it's probably not going to happen. No, the closest thing was the original version of the Jeep that was hand built. As you guys, that original truck was a Ford F-150 that I built a little cage for, which was similar to a truck that I had, coming out of college. But yeah, no. Wish I had that kind of money.
Well, guys, we're at that time, guys, to start saying our goodbyes. And Bill, anything else you want to mention, brother, before we start saying our goodbyes?
I guess the big thing for me is, man, I know there's, like I said, everybody has demons, and I talk about them freely now.
Yeah.
I've got mine. They're ugly little bastards, and sometimes, some days, they set me in the fucking corner and eat at me until I can hardly see straight. But no matter what those demons are, no matter where they come from, what generates them, there's always somebody willing to help. Somebody that will get on the phone, someone that will get in their car, someone that will come and talk to you or listen. It doesn't matter what your demons are, where they come from. Ask. Somebody will listen. Somebody will say, "Hey, I'll help you," or somebody will just listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes people just need to be listened to. So, don't do it.
Yeah.
Come talk to somebody. Give somebody a call. Send them a text message. Somebody will listen to you. Somebody will talk to you. Let's get that number down from 22 to 0. I mean, I think that's ultimately the goal of this program. I mean, guys and gals out there are putting in the ultimate sacrifice. You don't need to come back home and, deal with those demons one-on-one. Some of us can, some of us choose to. But if you need help, there's no shame in that.
Yeah.
There's no shame in asking for help or asking to bend somebody's ear.
Definitely. Well said, Bill. That's why we're here. That's why we created Operation 11 Charlie. We're here for each other, right? In some kind of a way, we went through kind of this, well, we don't compare this stuff, but we understand each other. Let's say that. So I know we can relate to some of the stuff. Whoa, right there, brother. Well said, Russell. I know Frank and I, it was a special weekend for Frank and I. And like I said, Frank is one of our newest inductees, man. It's a lot of stuff we have in common, and it's good to talk about it, right? And sometimes it's hard for us but like I said, it just get that stuff out there and say something and do something about it, right? Yeah, like Bill said, we want to get that number to zero. But along the way, we have lost a lot of friends and family members, right, because of it. But it just reach out. We reach out, say something. So what's that, brother? Okay, I guess we're gonna start saying. Go ahead, Frank. Go ahead, brother.
I was just going to say it's amazing what you could do and achieve whenever you scale down your problems. You know what I mean? Like the stuff you could conquer just incrementally. You know what I mean? So it's like even with like the hobby, all right. So it's 1/10 scale. Like just bite away at that stuff, man. Eventually you get to the top. You know what I mean? And that's kind of the whole thing, But
absolutely,
definitely. Well said, Battle. Well said, brother. It just like that in this RC community, this tiny truck, what can do, when you out there by yourself, like Bill mentioned earlier, you just go out there, just focus on those tires on that rig. It's just incredible what it does, right? We're not here playing with toys, right? So we're here in Operation 11 Charlie. We're here for a different reason in this RC community, in this hobby. So it means a lot to us, bro. What's up, brother? Let's start with you, Frank. You want to say your goodbyes, brother?
Yeah, that's all I was saying. I mean, for me, that's kind of it allows you to like I say, like smell the roses. You know what I mean? You stop, you slow down, and you focus on a small obstacle. Allows you to ignore maybe that big obstacle that might be in your in the back. You're processing all all the meanwhile. You know what I mean? And that's kind of like what it's. So for me, I had RC car, I don't know, I've said it a couple weeks ago, whatever. But anyways, back in the hobby but man, it's done wonders. And even just being there with y'all this weekend and just I don't know, I think we really did some good. I mean, talked to a lot of people. You know what I mean? Even just the bonds that we formed amongst us that were there. Like, I mean, that was worth it all. You know what I mean? That was good stuff. I don't care who you are.
Yep.
But yeah.
Absolutely.
Well said, brother. Well said. Well said, Frank. Sean, you want to say your goodbyes, brother?
As usual, everybody in the chat, thank you very much. Week in, week out, the support you guys show Operation 11 Charlie. We could not do this without you guys. Every time we do a raffle, we do anything, you're there to show your support. So thank you. It's much appreciated, guys. And Javier, thank you for making me part of it.
Thank you, brother, and thank you for being part of our organization, bro. We are very grateful of you. I want to show something real quick before we go to the next one. I know we're gonna be in this event next month here at Battle on the Beach 2, and this is in Utah, guys. St. George area, San Halo State Park. So this event is gonna be in behalf of Operation 11 Charlie. So we're gonna have more details on this on our next show. So this is what we're gonna be at November 12th, Veterans Day weekend. My goodness. So out there in Utah, St. George area. So some of our Operation 11 Charlie members will be out there present. So we're looking forward to that event on that. Matt.
Thanks to Bill for taking time out of his night out here on the East Coast. Big positive guy in the industry and the hobby, always willing to help, step in. To all those men and women serving who have served, thank you for everything. We owe you our freedoms. Like they said, guys, the hobby, yes, it's a toy, but it really helps you mentally. Some of us bigger guys, it helps us physically too.
Yeah.
But and on what Bill was saying about talking about the demons and stuff, if you don't think you can talk about it, I've seen it at events. I'm a civilian. As soon as one guy starts talking about issues, it's almost like, hey, I can talk about mine too. So you opening up with what you're dealing with, it helps other people. So you're not the only one going through it. There's a lot of people out there, and there's people here to help and listen. So thank you and have a good week.
Thank you, my brother. Russell, first time on our show, man. I hope you liked it, bro, and then you can join us more often. And at least in the next show, I want people to know you more and your builds, man, your setup, all that stuff. You have a lot of knowledge, man. You've been on the hobby for a minute, right, Wolf?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I've been doing it for a little while. Oh man, and the show being on the show live, first time like behind the camera and everything. Yeah, it's a little bit of a trip. It was a little bit intimidating to think about it at first, but I mean, you know, once you're behind it and everybody's doing their thing, it just goes. Everybody's like everybody's family, man. Like everybody says, like everybody that comes in here in the chat on the panel, you know, we're all here to support the same mission. You know what I mean? So, you know, everybody's we're all similar minded I think I feel at the, you know, for the most part. That, excuse me, my dog is yelling at me. The similar minded when it comes to the RC crawler section of the genre. The community base in the crawler world is just is like no other, man. Like if you've been in any other genre, especially like my big comparison is from racing to crawling. You know, in the racing world, nobody's going to give you a hand about damn near anything. You know, you're on your own when it comes, you know, from the racing world. When it comes to crawling community, that's exactly what it is. We are a community. We are a brotherhood. We are one, pretty much. You know, if someone fails, we're going to do what we got to do, what we can, so we can get those guys back up on the trail. And those guys are going to stay running with us the whole time. You know what I mean? If there's a battery goes down, here we go. We got another one. You got the adapter, we got you. You know what I mean? You need tools, you need parts. For the most part, we're packing all that stuff through the whole trail every time. And then, you know, like I said, someone goes down, we make sure that they come back up and they finish what we started. You know, we're out on the trails like all the time. And then, you know, Horseman Center is my backyard. That's my playground. So we go out there, we're out there, you know, 5-7 hours at a time sometimes, man. And we're like almost daily, if not every other day, pretty close to it. We got a little hardcore group of guys that we go out with and just smash trails. You know, sometimes our rigs come back in pieces, but you know, that's part of the nature, you know, that's the nature of the beast with these things, man. But we're out there, we're forgetting about everything, about the struggles, the daily struggles that, you know, weigh us down so much, man. These tiny trucks do so much more for us than people, than people give them credit to do. You know, like a lot of people compare them, you know, they say that they're toys, whatnot. This is, for me, it's therapy. You know, ranching on them, getting behind them, wheeling them, and teaching people, you know, helping people out, man. That's one of my biggest things for me, dude. That's where one of my my biggest joys out of the hobby comes from, man, is giving people a hand and helping them out with my knowledge that I have. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these guys that they haven't been in it for a while, and they're just like, man, what do you do? What kind of tricks do you do? I'm just, you know, some of my guys were still building, like they were taking the face, the ring, the whole entire ring off of their bead locks to change their wheels, man. You know, like 20 some odd screws every time on the face, you know, like for per wheel. I'm like, dude, flip it over and take those 6 screws out of the back and take that wheel apart. And they're like, are you serious? I've been doing this for like a year like this, man. I'm all, dude, YouTube is your friend, man. YouTube University, I swear by it. I call it YouTube University. I learn something every day. I'm on it every day. I mean, there's old school tricks. I mean, shout out to Green Frog, dude. Everybody asked me, what am I running on my controllers? A simple little $1.50 cable cuff from Home Depot that allows me to drive my rigs one-handed so I can go out there and film my trucks and get in those angles that I want to get, man. So many people ask, you know, but I mean, you know, I'm all about fit, form, and function. And if it's $1.50, I'm going to use it $1.50. I'm going to go, you know, I have probably over a dozen of those things on every one of the controllers I have. Even my wife, she runs hers like that too. That's how it is. If it makes it easy for me, I try to pass it on for everybody else to be like, hey man, why don't you give it, maybe, you know, look into it, see if it, you know, it may help you out. If not, cool. What did it cost you? Nothing, right? You know what I mean? And sometimes it works for people, sometimes it don't. We don't all wheel at the same pace, but, or even at the same level, but the community behind it, man, it doesn't matter if you bought a rig yesterday or 5 minutes ago, or if you've been doing it since the beginning of time, you know, since they actually started making, or even you were converting your old Tycos to you know, so they could be, you know, a little bit more tough and handle the abuse that you were sending them, you know, that they were going through. But, you know, if the positivity is what I'm trying to get at, man. It's the community for the RC world and the crawler community is beyond amazing. You can't, I haven't, okay, let me not go with that one. Let me say, because I was just gonna say I haven't seen any derogatory or let me say bad. I don't know what for lack of a better word, any like too much bad for issues, drama for the most part in the crawler community. But recently, you know, there's, you know, some things do happen here and there. Unfortunately, we can't control, you know, some things are out of our control. That when it comes to things like that, the best thing we can do is, you know, have our brothers back and keep on the lookout for things that when they do go wrong or things do actually happen, you know, like, you know, that example, I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but, you know, a lot of us that over the weekend, we know what went down for, you know, as it's an example that happened. So there's a, you know, things happen, things are happening, you know, things will happen, you know, even if we're in the, like one of the best communities in the RC world that there is, there's still going to be some of those people that don't think the same way that we do and don't ride the same way we ride. So, you know, as long as we try to look out for each other the best way we can, you know, and try to prevent some of those issues from repeating themselves, and, you know, and keep everybody smiling and happy behind the wheel of their truck, man. That's the ultimate goal, is get everybody, you know, out there and wheeling. It doesn't matter if you break it, that's part of the fun, man. Get the wrenches out and get it going, upgrade it, and get it back out there, see what else it can do.
Well said.
Challenge that truck.
Well said, brother. And you guys, we know we know Russell for a couple of years now, man. And what you see, what you get right there, that's him all over the place helping, trying to help out anybody. So that's why we are so grateful of Russell and his family, Angie, his wife, his whole family.
100%.
100%, right, Frank? They're just incredible people, man. Just wanna lend a hand, man. That's what Russell is. One Lacos RC right there, man. Well said, brother.
Right on.
Cool.
Appreciate all you guys, man. One love.
Thank you, brother. Jesse.
Oh man. Okay. First, thank everybody for coming into the chat tonight and hanging out with us. Thank you to all of our veterans and your families, for those who have served, who are serving. Mr. Riddle, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, or as my kids call him, Uncle Bill. I will admit you are a huge part as to why I continue to play with tiny trucks.
Yeah.
And you always have my back, even if you're gonna knock me around a little. But I greatly appreciate you and everything you do for me and my family.
Definitely.
You're welcome.
And Bill, your time to say goodbye, brother.
I'm going to end with my new slogan: 22-0. Charge your batteries and go RC.
There you go, brother. Well said, brother. Thank you, Bill. It's an honor, man. Hopefully we can have you again. Guys out there, thank you for being here with us on Operation 11 Charlie and our show, always supporting Operation 11 Charlie, to all our sponsors, all the guys always hanging with us every Monday or wherever we at, showing support to Operation 11 Charlie. Means a lot to us. Next Monday, we will not have a show. We're gonna be at an event, and it's a toy for tots, right? Real quick. Yep. Now that I have this real quick, and this will be the last of it, I promise, guys. So this is what we're gonna be at the 11th annual. It's a golf tournament. It's on the 17th here in it's gonna be in Griffin, Georgia. So Operation 11 Charlie will be out there, lending a hand. Toys for Tots. If you guys don't know that, look at the story of Toys for Tots, how it started with the Marines years ago. So it's just it's awesome here. So we're gonna be there. Operation 11 Charlie is gonna be out there with them out there supporting that.
It's gonna be an awesome event.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that event there. Yep, definitely, guys. So that's why next Monday we will not have a show. That's what we're gonna be at. Then after that, the following Monday is if you guys follow us in social media, we'll have our guests. Do you know it, Matt, or no? We don't know it yet, right? After that.
What date is that?
Let me see.
The 24th.
The 24th.
No, I cannot remember.
So,
November I got, but not
yeah, well,
October.
yeah. So you guys follow us on social media, you know, stay tuned for that. We will post it. So just want to make sure, guys, we're not gonna have a show next Monday. Anyway, thank you for the support again. I will see you in a couple of weeks, I guess. Be safe out there, guys.